When I record drums, I like to obviously close mic all the drums. I always use my AKG 414s for overhead. They are sweet sounding, really natural. You get everything with no bullshit going on. And they can handle the sound pressure easy. For ambience, I like to use, I found these really cheap tube mics that I think sound amazing for ambience. Sometimes I also use my Røde NT1000, depending on the room and what kind of positions you can find for the mics. But I like to always, no matter what the room sounds like, to always put up at least one stereo set of ambience mics, because it works really well for, as you know, the gravy that ties all the drums together. I don't like drums to sound like separate drums and small cymbals that you hear like jumping out of the stereo mix. I like the drums to sound like one instrument, like a complete thing, not just like little separated parts of an instrument. And the ambience mics always help to create that feeling, I think. No matter if it's a completely dead sounding room or if it's a really lively sounding reverby room.
Do you insert compression during the recording on the ambience mics?
When I mix, I use compression, at least for the snare. Sometimes for overheads and ambience, but not always. I always use, however, a group compressor for the drum kit. How many drums goes into the compressor and how many goes around it, and parallel compression and stuff going on, that's different from mix to mix. It depends on what we're trying to achieve with the individual mix. It can be very different sounding and very different ways of routing, but I always use a stereo bus compressor for the main drum sound, because I like that pumping compression going on for the drum kit. Makes it sound more huge. And sometimes it sounds better if you leave most of the drums almost untouched by compression before they hit the same compressor, because it's the way everything works together that creates the right kind of, you know, thumping sound. But sometimes other things are more right, and then you need compression for overhead and ambience, or it's very different.